Hello everyone, including those that are joining us here today and the many of you that are joining us live around the world right now. My name is Jason Merkel and I'm a brand manager here at Horizon Hobby, and we're very excited today to bring you our very first ever live worldwide new product announcement. This is something we've never done before, and the reason we're doing it is because we think that the product we're going to show you today is very exciting, it's very unique, it's very innovative. We think it's something that a lot of people are going to enjoy. And so for those that aren't familiar with the way that we normally announce a new product, sometime early in the morning on a Thursday, we'll have our new products go live on our website. We'll send out some emails a little bit later that day, but by early morning, most people have already seen it or heard about it that are interested in the news. So this we intentionally kept under wraps all the way up until now. So those of you that are tuning in, those of you that are here today are actually going to see it for the very, very first time. And it's very, very exciting. So before we show it, I would like to introduce the Executive Vice President of Product Management and Marketing here at Horizon Hobby, Mr. Chris Dickerson. Chris is going to talk a little bit more about the product and who we are. Chris?
All right, thank you, Jason. Welcome, everyone. It's great to be here today for the announcement of this exciting product. For more than 30 years, Horizon's been helping people have fun with hobbies. We develop and distribute a wide variety of products, from model trains and accessories to RC cars, airplanes, drones, and much, much more. Over the last 15 years, we've made significant contributions to the advancement of the industry by delivering innovations like 2.4 gigahertz radio technology through our Spectrum brand, and stabilization technologies like AVC and SAFE that help make our products easier to drive and fly. To continue to deliver on this passion to innovate and to help people have even more fun with hobbies, check out this video to see one of our most innovative and unique products yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're very excited to show you for the first time ever the all-new E-flite X-VERT. So there you have it, guys. And joining us today, I'd like to introduce Mr. David Payne. David is the technical director for our airplane category product development, and he actually worked on the development of the X-VERT. He's flown it more than anyone else. David, he's literally flown everything from giant scale warbirds and jets to ultra micro indoor airplanes, helicopters, drones. How does this stack up to all of that?
It's very exciting. It really is. It's a new breakthrough in technology and enjoyment, and just, you know, it really bridges a gap between the multirotor segment of the field and just airplanes in general.
So would you say that it's relatively easy to fly, easy to hover, like what you were just doing?
Yeah, absolutely. We've put a lot of time and effort into working with safe technology. We've made it very simple in both the vertical side of it and the airplane side of it to really fly very simple and easy and friendly for even almost a beginner.
So let's talk about that. We've got 3 flight modes available with different stabilization technology in each. We've got the multi-rotor mode with safe, which is what we just saw.
Yes.
So that has angle limits and self-leveling. So if you let go of the stick, it'll hover by itself.
Just sits there on its own.
So the nice thing about that is basically if you've never even flown a multi-rotor before, or a drone before, even a helicopter before, if you're only an airplane guy, let's say, you'll be able to successfully fly this in that vertical multi-rotor mode, right?
Absolutely. It's very stable in that mode. You know, beginners or even just, inside your house or wherever you're comfortable, it's very comfortable even in smaller confined spaces.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it. Is you can fly it in a very, very small room through doorways, which is something that even with a quad might be difficult to do. So the next mode is the airplane mode with safe.
Correct. Yeah, it's got an automatic transition to it, so you can go from the vertical into that next mode with just the flip of a switch, and once you're in it, it's the same concept as we have in the vertical mode, where your bank angle limits, your pitch angle limits. It's very gentle. It's almost trainer-esque as far as an airplane goes.
Yeah, so the nice thing is if you've never flown an airplane before, let's say you've flown a multi-rotor or a helicopter or nothing at all, you can successfully fly this in that airplane mode with safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's fantastic. And so the third mode, which is the crazy mode, where if you're more experienced, it's probably the most fun, is the airplane mode with AS3X.
Yeah, it's a very exciting, capability as far as the airplane goes. With the differential thrust and just the short coupledness of the flying wing, it's very friendly to fly, but yet it's super capable, and it's opened up a whole new broad spectrum as far as new maneuvers that you can do with it.
Yep, so basically it's got an unlimited flight envelope, but it has AS3X stabilizing it in the wind.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Really quick, I wanted to mention that a lot of people get confused by the difference between safe and AS3X, and safe basically gives you angle limits and self-leveling, and that impedes the flight to some degree. It keeps you from getting upside down, getting in trouble.
Correct.
Whereas AS3X is literally there just to smooth out the bumps.
It is. It's not flying for you. It's not interfering with your controls. It is not at all adjusting anything you do.
Yeah, and so the nice thing is that you can fly this even in some wind outside, especially in that airplane mode with AS3X. Got a lot of control and a lot of stability at the same time. So we talked about it. It basically is a good choice for a person who's either never flown a multi-rotor before or a helicopter, never flown an airplane before, or maybe they've never flown anything at all before.
Yeah.
So we do actually have a version which comes with everything. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But how does the transition work between the multi-rotor mode and the airplane mode?
It's just the flip of a switch. It's that simple. The airplane, it's got 3 flight modes as we've explained, and when you go from vertical to any of the airplane modes, just out of that flip of that switch, it's going to automatically transition, and you're going to be flying as an airplane. Same, when you go back, you just flip back into vertical mode. It'll do it on its own, and then you're back into vertical mode.
And so does that require a special transmitter programming?
Absolutely not. The airplane is flying off of our normal 6-channel Spectrum transmitters. You have 1 extra channel for the flight modes themselves, and then 1 extra channel for the throttle arm and disarm feature.
Yeah, so basically I think you've got a 3-position switch, channel 5, so you can switch between multi-rotor, and then you have the airplane mode with safe and the airplane with AS3X, and then you've got an extra switcher button for throttle arming and disarming.
Yes, correct.
Or motor disarming. So that's great. So you don't need a special transmitter. And then the RTF version, which I referenced a little bit earlier, that comes with everything, actually includes a DXE transmitter.
Correct. DXE transmitter, it's got the larger of the batteries that we recommend, which is a 2-cell 800 battery, and then of course your AC adapter, your charger, everything you need is in the box.
Yeah, so we've had a VTOL aircraft before in the Convergence, which was what I think most people consider a traditional VTOL design. Literally it lifts up, the motors transition forward, and it flies away. But this is what we call a tail-sitter design. What is special about it being a tail-sitter?
Special about it being a tail-sitter is the amount of moving parts. It's very simplistic. We've got the 2 elevons with 2 rotary servos, and then the 2 brushless motors. So there's very few moving parts. It's very simplistic, and that makes it very durable, actually.
Yeah, so there's no rotating motors, no rotating wings. There's very, very few parts to it. It's very light. It's very simple. And really, that's the tagline for this thing. VTOL flying, VTOL fun made simple.
Correct.
So the Convergence is an awesome product. It's VTOL. It's got a lot different capabilities than this this does, but it's a little more complicated.
It
a couple
is.
more flight modes to choose from, a couple more switches to flip, and more parts, of course.
Yes.
So where would you say this could be flown successfully?
The beautiful part about that is pretty much anywhere. You know, we were talking about this earlier. It's like it's an all-year airplane now. It's almost like an anytime airplane now. You can fly it in your living room while watching TV, or you can go outside and enjoy it on your back porch, or you can go to the flying field, or anywhere, basically.
Yeah, that's what's really exciting about it. I was actually blown away by how stable it is in the multi-rotor mode indoors, and being able to fly it in really small rooms, through doorways, through hallways in particular, up and down staircases. So you can literally fly this thing inside, something that you probably can't do with really any other VTOL aircraft that's out there comfortably right now. And then, of course, you can take it outside. And you can fly it primarily in airplane mode, probably outside.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you go outside, I mean, it is kind of light, right? So in vertical mode, even if there's a lot of wind, you can launch it in safe airplane mode if you want to, and it'll basically just fly out of your hand, or you can launch it as a, you know, more of an aerobatic airplane, and you can fly around and you can land just like it is right now. You can land just like you would a normal airplane, and it'll be fine. Go pick it up and enjoy it and do it again.
Yeah, so I think we showed that a little bit in the video, and when we have the final product video up tomorrow, everybody will be able to see that again. Vertical and takeoff and landing in the multi-rotor mode, but then also hand launching in airplane mode, even landing. I don't think we show landing in airplane mode, but it can be done.
Absolutely.
So that's something different, again, that you can't do with really any of the VTOL. Like the convergence, for example, requires you to transition back to multi-rotor to land vertically. This, you can literally land like an airplane.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's very, very exciting. So what batteries does it use?
So we recommend, it's a 2-cell LiPo, and we recommend a 450 to an 800. You know, the 800, you're getting quite a bit of flight time out of it, probably 8 to 12 minutes depending on how you fly. So it's a good long flight time, and that's actually the battery that comes with the Ready to Fly.
Yeah, the nice thing is, so they're not big batteries, they're not expensive if you don't have them. You may already have some around, and you get good long flight times, which is really, really nice. So we referenced it earlier. It's very simple design overall. It's relatively lightweight. So how durable is it?
It's very durable. You know, that's kind of become one of the things we challenge ourselves with, is trying to make it so that you get a good experience and a lasting experience. And with the very few moving parts on this airplane, it's very durable.
Yeah, that's really nice. So it's EPO foam. It's very light, not a lot of moving parts. I've seen you guys crash the heck out of it, and I've seen it just tossed right back in the air and flying.
And it's very easy to repair if you did have to do something.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. So we do have full line of spare parts, of course, available for it. I don't think people are going to need them very often, if ever, and that's very exciting. Even if you've never really flown before, if you do crash, especially if you fly over grass, you're not probably going to break much, if anything.
Correct.
That's exciting. So we talked about the battery. So we talked about how durable it is. It comes out of the box pretty much ready to go.
Comes out of the box, yeah. These little side generators, you know, they clip on, so there's no tools at all needed for those. And then you've got 2 screws to hold your prop guards on. Your prop guards are optional if you don't want to use them. You don't have to. I mean, they're a nice feature to protect your props, but you don't have to use them if you don't want to. So that's a beautiful part. So literally, you could take it out of the box, and with no tools at all, you could go fly it if you wanted to.
Yeah, and so when it comes out of the box, what's it like? Does it have decals on it?
That's another exciting feature to it. Is it's all white when you come out of the box. All it's got is the canopy painted on it, and from that you can get quite a few color schemes. We've got 4 really large decal sheets that it comes with. In that decal sheet, we've got 3 or 4 schemes that you can use, or there's many more that I have not used in these that are available to you. So you can mix and match, choose, or make your own, paint your own, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, this is my personal favorite. It's kind of a military ski. We got some bombs and missiles on the bottom. It makes it look kind of like an experimental drone, which is kind of part of what the inspiration was for the name X-VERT.
Yep.
So it's vertical takeoff and landing, X for experimental,
Absolutely.
but it doesn't take an expert.
It does not take an expert to fly this.
Yeah, very, very true. So very exciting. So it comes out of the box all white. You can paint it if you want. You can put the decals on that in the schemes that we show, or you can customize it. That's really, really exciting. So how much does all of that cost?
Very exciting part to this. The bind and fly basic, which is our bind and fly scheme without battery or anything, that's $150. So you can be in the air if you have your Spectrum transmitter and your batteries, really low cost. We also have the ready to fly version. It's $200. So either one is a very good value for what you're getting.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So unbelievable. So for $149.99, you've got a vertical takeoff and landing aircraft with twin brushless motors, a flight control unit. The servos are already in there. You got the multiple trim scheme options. Of course, the ready to fly version for only $50 more. You're getting the DXE transmitter, the battery, the charger,
AC adapter.
Yeah, I mean that's unbelievable. We've never been able to have a product with this much packed in this package at that price point. It's really exciting, really fantastic. So. Now, the next question I'm sure everybody's asking, when's it going to be available?
We're shooting for July right now.
All right, excellent.
Yes.
So I think at the moment it's on track for potentially early July. Maybe we say middle July just to be safe, but this thing is basically imminent. It's not going to be out 6 months from now. But that said, we very, very strongly recommend that you put your pre-order in right now with your favorite local hobby shop, online shop. You can pre-order at horizonhobby.com. The sooner you pre-order, the more likely you are to get one from the very first shipment. So one thing though, before I let you go, is the kind of buzzword in our industry these days is FPV.
Sure, absolutely.
So did we give people an option for FPV?
We did, absolutely. We're really excited about this. This is kind of very unique. I don't think it's ever been done before in the market, but what we've got here is we're using our camera and VTX off of our Torrent, and what we've done is we've designed a mount that actually transitions with the flight mode. So you don't have to mount it in flight just airplane mode. You don't have to mount it in flight just vertical mode. You actually can, right now it's in the vertical mode, but and just with the flip of the switch, and it's all tied into the flight mode, so it's plug and play. There's no programming, nothing needed. You flip the switch and you're flying around as an airplane, you flip the switch back and it transitions with the airplane back to vertical mode. So it's seamless for your experience in the goggles.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we literally have a patent pending on this because it's never been done before, and what I like about it is that if you've never flown FPV before, you can fly this airplane either vertically
Absolutely.
or in airplane mode comfortably in the safe modes in particular. And then if you are an experienced FPV guy, this is a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different experience that you've never felt before.
It opens up so much opportunity for
I
that.
remember when we were shooting some video with James Haley, who is a very capable quad racing guy.
Yes,
He was
yes.
like, man, this is a blast. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So hey, if he was impressed, I think most people are going to be very
Yes.
impressed with it. So that's very exciting. So the FPV gear is optional, sold
Absolutely.
separately.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do offer, of course, the parts individually if you do break them, but it all bolts right in and goes right together. You stick it on with some double-sided tape, you run the wire, and boom, you're ready to go.
You're ready
right?
to go, plug and
Yeah.
play.
Very, very exciting. So, well, hey, David, thank you very much for
Thanks for
bringing
having
this
me.
product to
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait for the rest of the world to try it.
Thank you, guys.
So, thank you. So, but really quick before we wrap up, because this was such a special announcement for us, we did invite some really, really special guests to join us here today at Horizon, both for this announcement and then later this weekend for our big RC Fest event. We've got the guys from Flight Test, Austin and Josh Bixler, and Jim T. Graham from RC Groups. These guys actually drove all the way here to see this announcement. They actually had a chance to see the X-VERT for the first time yesterday before the rest of the world did, and they had a chance to fly it. I'd like to have those guys come up and give us their thoughts on the product real quick. So, Jim, you didn't know what you were coming here for, and you saw it for the first time. What do you think?
I had no idea, and the crazy part was I flew it in this room for the first time. I had my hand on the sticks, and it was effortless, super easy, but it's kind of little, so I thought certainly this will not take any wind, which is a problem with the small wing. So we went outside, threw it up over the cornfield, and the thing I want to talk about is how when you flip the switch and go to forward flight, this in the past was always a big problem, but it's effortless. You literally can flip the switch, take your hand off the ailerons, and it will level and fly away, and then you can do whatever you want. So I flew around like that. It's a prototype. I was a little nervous. I thought I would be, but it was so easy to fly that there were no jitters. It was totally, I felt like I was flying the craft. I wasn't behind it,
Yep.
And then I went to third gear, which would be...
Third gear. Airplane mode with the S3X.
Yes, and I was doing multiple rolls, and it does crazy spins, and so you would think that it flies so tame inside that it wouldn't fly in a wild manner outside, but it did, and 8 to 12 mile an hour winds out there, and it took it. And so then I was like, I wonder if they have any that I can buy now, because I want one.
Not quite.
And then my final question was FPV. Everything I do is FPV. And then David whips it out from behind the curtain here and says, we have that solution for you. I haven't gotten in the goggles yet, so I'm excited to do that at the event later in the week.
Yep.
And thank you guys for having us. We're excited to review this and have more content about it on rcgroups.com.
That's very exciting. So, Josh,
Yes.
you did kind of know a little bit about it before you got here, but when you finally got to see it, what did you think?
You know, our minds were blown, and we've had the opportunity to work with you guys for quite a while, and the amount of passion and ingenuity you put into this was amazing. The other thing, too, that we were really, our heart for Flight Test is getting in people into the hobby without intimidation or frustration, but also keep it simple. And this embodies every one of those things. With 30 seconds of instructions on basically what the switch does, you could put this in the hands of anybody.
Yep.
Someone that wants to be a first-time drone pilot, someone that wants to be a first-time airplane pilot, they are going to have a great experience. And the beautiful thing about the technology with the AS3X, the 6-mode access, it'll step you up from one level of just learning how to hover around to learning how to fly around, then suddenly aerobatics, yaw control, all that is opened up to you.
Yep.
And to see this little plane perform outside, like Jim said, in the wind, was amazing. The controls were not inhibited from you. The experience was amazing. And I love the transition with the FPV, how when you do transition, you go from a drone world to a fixed wing world with the benefit of yaw control.
Yep.
This is going to be a product that someone's not going to just get and get tired within a week. They're going to be able to take this wherever they go. They're going to be able to have a great time with it. And they're going to also be able to share it with their friends. One thing I think you guys demonstrated of your love of getting people in the hobby is you didn't just couple this with a cheap, tiny little radio. You gave them a radio that they can grow with. The DXC is such a powerful radio with the wireless buddy box and the advanced features, plus that longer life battery gives them the ability to fly for a very long time. You guys were constantly pushing us to push it harder, push it harder, push it harder. This plane is a blast to fly in every aspect, whether you're just hovering around the living room or whether you're flying out back doing rolls and doing pinwheels and things like that. So to witness the passion from your team that you put into this right here in the USA is truly inspirational, and I think people are going to have a great experience with it.
Excellent. So the real question, will you buy one?
I already have 10 on order.
Oh, fantastic.
For me.
You don't plan on breaking them, do you?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Because I really don't think you can. But thank you guys very much for joining us. We're really, really glad that you guys came, not only for this, but then also for RC Fest this weekend. So we're looking forward to having you guys out there. We're looking forward to seeing you fly the X-VERT some more, and actually some of our other cool products.
Matter of fact, we're really looking forward to Horizon RC Fest. If anyone's in the area, we want to fellowship with them. We want to fly with them, and this is worth the trip. Get in the cars now, come down and see it.
Seeing this, we got the really big event on Saturday. You can meet Jim, you can meet Josh, and some of the other guys from Flight Test are going to be here as well. We're really excited. Thank you again, guys, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, very exciting product. Very exciting time for us here at Horizon.
I think this product is something that's going to reach a much wider audience than a typical airplane or a typical multi-rotor product. We talked about all the main features of it, but you can go to horizonhobby.com to learn more about it. You'll be able to find more information on efliterc.com later today and tomorrow. You'll be able to pre-order it as soon as today with your favorite local dealer or on our website again at horizonhobby.com. The product is going to be available in both RTF form at $199.99 and also Bind and Fly Basic form at $149.99. Should be available around the beginning to middle of July. And yeah, it's fantastic. Absolutely the most exciting thing that we've actually announced to date this year, and we think it's going to be a big hit. So thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully you get one on order as soon as you can.